Good morning, my lovelies. How are we today? Sorry, I've been off grid a bit for the last few weeks. Changed jobs and yeah, not my usual hours, and it was a bit difficult to work. So get this all in. So today, I am very much drawn to my career and life and love and career. So we're going to see what comes up. This one first. Okay, let's put this one aside. Okay, these are a little bit mixed. So I hope you're all doing well and you're moving on with your journey. Lots of astrological stuff happening all over the place. So we're in the thick of it right now. Everything's coming up, everything's moving, everything's finding its place, everything's moving around. So really at the moment you need to rest as much as you can. You need to really rest and take care of yourself. Wow, how many came out? Definitely was this one that wanted to come out today. Yeah, you see you've got shedding here, renewal, magic, real passion, in the flow, strategy, rewards. Wow, you've got a lot coming in. This is the time when you're going to be finding that everything is shifting for you. You start having those conversations with yourself that are quite deep. And, you know, a lot of us think that the journey is outwards, but it's actually inwards, as I say a lot on my channel. And it's no good concentrating on the out without dealing with the in. And it's having those deep conversations with yourself about your patterns and your programming and your wounds and how they're affecting you in everyday life, because they're not true anymore. You don't have to live in those past wounds anymore and those past programmings, and you can let them go. And this is telling you to shed all of that so that you can live in real passion and see the magic and have the flow and rewards and innovation. You've got stuff coming for you from all over the place, and this is an amazing time. This is a real time of renewal. This is a real time of forward movement, but you need to work within, really deeply within. Start to really understand. You know what, it's so easy. Everyone's like, oh my god, I keep having the same thing happen to me, but we don't change what we do. We expect the other person to, and it's not that. We have to change our behavior internally. We have to sit with ourselves and look at our wounds. How are they affecting us? How are they making us act? It's like, if you're like, everyone keeps treating me like a doormat, why are you letting people treat you like a doormat? It's like, go inwards. Where's that coming from? You know, when you were young, did you literally get walked all over by everybody in your family? So you've learned that that's what love is, because a lot of the time we believe that this bad behavior that people treated us with because they were wounded is love, and it's not. And it's picking apart what's love, what's meant for us. And sometimes it's really hard because you are in this place of not knowing. You are in this place of, how do I change that? How do I shift that? How do I think differently? But I found, particularly on my journey and on lots of other people that I'm working with and talking to and I meet just in general, you tend to find both sides of it. You're looking at both sides. You've been on both sides, but you just didn't realize. So it's really easy then to have empathy for both sides, and you can see it from your own point of view of why you did that. Why did I do that? Why did I act that way? What was I thinking when I was doing that? And you can then work out why other people are doing it too. But it's so that you can then change internally, because once you change internally, everything externally changes around you. And you find that you're getting this, you see higher wisdom, crystal of clarity. This is like, you start stepping into higher levels. You start seeing things as they are rather than what you think they are. Wow, you see we have flames of passion here as well, and we had passion here. You are really stepping in to this beautiful energy where things are going to really start to ignite within you. You have so many choices. You're coming into union with yourself, which is just a beautiful place to be. It's, you start to look within, you start to work within yourself. Like, what are you doing? What are the patterns that you keep following? You know, recently someone said to me, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of starting again and again and again. And I said, well, Why do you keep stopping? And she was quite shocked and was like, what do you mean? And I said, well, for you to start over and over again, you have to keep stopping what you're doing. So why do you keep stopping? What is it that you're walking away from? Because if that's the thing that you're walking away from, then you need to understand why you attracted it in the first place. Then you don't have to keep starting again. And in this case, she was just terrified of love. She was terrified that somebody would actually love her and take care of her, even though that's what she truly wanted, but she'd never had it. So when it actually did come, she was afraid to receive it. And maybe you're the same. You know, there's lots of things that we ask the universe for, but we have no idea how to receive because we've never been given it. So it's actually giving that to yourself now, giving yourself the things that you need, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, nurturing yourself, speaking kindly to yourself. All of the things that you wanted as a child, you have to give to yourself now so that you relearn how to receive. Because then you're giving it to you and you're learning how to receive it. So that when someone else brings it to you, you can then receive it from them. Otherwise, you cannot. And that is a lesson that I don't really see anywhere online. And it's the most simplest thing, but it's the hardest to do. We're so good at giving out there, but we're not so good at giving it back. And it's like we have to turn inwards and give it to ourselves. Because when you do that, you start building the stability within yourself. You get used to being treated well. You get used to being taken care of. You get used to being loved by yourself. Because then once you're having that and doing that, all of a sudden you can accept it from others. And we're like, but I can accept it. And it's like, can you? Can you accept a compliment? Can you accept a coffee without having to buy one back? Can you accept advice from a friend without having to give her advice back or him advice back or them advice back? You know, really take a look at you. And this is not like, oh, you're to blame. You know, none of this. This is you really just looking at yourself and saying, how is this system playing out within me? Because when you're on a healing journey, you're playing out your parents' dynamic or your carer's dynamic or your lack of whoever was in your life's dynamic. You're still playing that out. So it's about taking that, honoring it, but then healing that. It's looking at that and saying, okay, I don't need to act that way anymore. If you always go for bad boys and get hurt, bad girls, whatever, you know, and get hurt, then the point is that you then need to decide why. Why am I going for those people? If I keep getting hurt, why would I keep going for the same person? What is it that that I think that I deserve from that? Do I think that I don't deserve something good? Do I think that only, you know, bad people want to be around me? Because maybe when you were younger, you were surrounded by bad people. And none of them were ever nice to you. So you think that's all you deserve. So then it's reparenting yourself that way of saying, actually, you know, it's like have the conversations with yourself that you wish your parent or carer or whatever had with you then, that would have stopped you years of heartache. Start having those conversations with yourself. Start telling yourself, sweetheart, I love you and I can see what you're going through and it breaks my heart and I just want the best for you. I want you, you know, stop going for guys like that. They're no good for you because they hurt you and I hate seeing you hurt. You know, be really loving and empathic and compassionate to yourself. Be the parent or the person, caregiver that you never had. Be that loving presence that was never in your life. And you're going to cry. I'm going to tell you this now. You are going to cry a lot. I feel like my cards are done today. Ooh, let me just draw one from here. I don't know why. This is my law of attraction, but I feel like I need to draw one. Let's see what the card is from there that I need to draw. So this is all about you now. This is really you going inwards and reparenting yourself, loving yourself, being compassionate for yourself, forgiving yourself, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself. This is the time. You know, if you're sick, take care of yourself. Allow yourself to rest. Thank you to my basket, which caught that. Ooh, yeah. So, yeah, you're coming into alignment with yourself by being grateful for yourself. Like, you've been through an awful time and I honor you. And I am so proud of you for going through what you've been through because I know that it is not easy. And anyone that's not on this journey does not have a clue. They do not have a clue how hard it is to fight your demons for years, because that's what we have to do. We have to bring everything to the surface to be seen. But I need you right now to be truly grateful for what you've been through, for who you are, for how hard you fought, for how many times you picked yourself back up, how many times you loved yourself out of a bad situation, how many times you honored yourself by not going into a bad situation or walking away from something that was so hard for you. Don't worry about failure. The only way you can fail is by not doing it at all. Doing it and making mistakes and messing it up and everything is not failing. Not doing it at all is. And you have been doing it for years, and now it's really that time to turn it inwards, truly inwards. Look at yourself, shine a light on yourself. Look at how beautiful you are, how strong you are, how amazing you are, how incredible you are, how lovable you are, how just beautiful in every way, how kind you are, how exceptional you are, how whatever, I can't even think of the words. Just give yourself a list of beautiful words to say to yourself and start telling yourself that. Have those little conversations with yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Be proud of yourself, because what you're achieving is phenomenal. And do not ever, ever believe that it's not. You know, you look at other people and like they're having this really great life, and no, they're not. They're living in a numbness that you lived in before. Was your life great? No, it wasn't. It was awful. Otherwise you wouldn't have been on this journey. So know that their life isn't great. It's like the shiny package on the outside. It's a bit like when you look at YouTube, or not YouTube, Facebook rather, when you see all these happy families and you know them in real life and you're like, yeah, okay. Because you know for a fact they barely speak to each other, and the husband's always having, or even the wife is always having affairs, and you know there's a lot of animosity and the kids hate the parents and everything else. It's like, you know, it's war within the family, and you think, yeah, I can see the shiny package, but that's not what it's like inside. And the thing is, you've took the shiny package off and you're dealing with the inside. They'll never be able to do that. They're not strong enough. You are. So that's what you're here to do, and you are doing the most incredible job, and I am so freaking proud of you. I love you so much. Have a beautiful day, and I hope this helps somebody. And if you could please, if you're still here with me now, if you could please like and subscribe, I would appreciate that really, truly from the depths of my heart. Thank you so much. I love you lots.